Hello, everyone. It's good to see you here today. My name is Raymond Cousins. Welcome to the launch of my new business with World Financial Group, a Trans-America Aegon company with over 543 billion in assets. As independent agents, we're able to access most all of the top financial institutions in the marketplace today. The world we live in has changed dramatically, and WFG has changed with it. So just as Amazon changed retail and Apple changed telecom, we're doing the same to the financial services and insurance industry, embracing digital technology and pivoting from in-person to virtual, with the mandate that no family in North America should be left behind. We're setting new records for educating the public in how money works and how they can provide for and protect themselves from the risk we all face in life. Now, here is my mentor, friend, and financial expert, a 7-year veteran in this business, who will share with you why this mission is necessary and how it works. Ernie.
Thank you, Raymond. Again, I would like to welcome everyone to the grand opening of our colleagues' agency, Raymond Cousins. We are broadcasting live from Canada, California, and Nevada. How cool is that? So with that, we want to share with you guys what we do and who we are. But first off, let me share a little bit how I got started in the business. I've been in the business for 7 years. I was in real estate for 2 decades, then transitioned to healthcare, where I was managing somebody else's business for 5 years. Even though I helped that business get built, you know, when things get rough and tough, guess who the business owner will save? Of course, it's the business. So as I was hanging in the balance, getting laid off, it was a perfect storm for me and my wife. So I got introduced to the business in 2014. And that seemingly a tragic event turned out to be a blessing, because I got to discover this huge blessing that is about to change our life. And let me introduce you to the company, who we are. Well, we are an Aegon company. Aegon, as you know, is a $543 billion company based in Hague, Netherlands. And it has been in existence for over 175 years. Talking about stability, you are, how cool is that to know that you are being supported by a very strong company? And in 2001, they decided to do business in the United States and bought another institution, which is called Transamerica. And just like that, they paid the company $11 billion in cash. And from since then, it operated under its brand in the entire United States. So as you can see, we are being traded in 6 different stock exchanges, including New York Stock Exchange. And because the company wanted to reach out to the masses, we have what you call partnered up with the most powerful companies in the United States, which is the Fortune 500 companies. So not only with Transamerica, we are not captive, but because of our partnership with Fortune 500 companies, we are able to custom fit the solutions that we provide to every family in America. And talking about families in the United States, this is what made me passionate about the business, because we are covering every family in the US and Canada, because our mission is no family left behind. How cool is that? You know, there are 2 types of families in the United States, the haves and the have-nots. Unfortunately, majority of the families are the have-nots, people who are not well off. But traditionally, financial institutions are only focused on the well-offs. So what happens to the masses? We are left out. And because of that, when COVID hit last year, guess who were the people that were hardest hit? The masses. And that is our mission. And that even strengthened our mission, because we wanted to reach out to the masses because they're the ones who truly need our help. That's why last year, while a lot of companies were going out of business, guess what? Our company grew by 40%. Can you imagine? You know, this is what's happening. When you have the right mission, what happens is that the company explodes. And that is what is happening right now. Now, what do we do? What makes this company explode? Well, we walk you through the 6 steps to financial independence. Now, let me ask you this. When was the last time somebody sat down with you and walked you through the 6 steps so that you can be financially independent, so that you can have an honest diagnosis of your financial health? I don't remember anybody doing that to me until I found WFG. In fact, when we were new in the United States, I brought some cash with me for my 20 years of being vice president of a real estate development company in the Philippines. And then I wanted to learn how money works in the United States. And so I walked into a Charles Schwab office one day wanting to learn how I could make that money work for me. But guess what? The first question that was asked to me was, how much money do you have? And I said, what? I mean, how much money do you have? And I said, not much. And then he said, do you have at least $250,000? And I said, and I computed my pesos. You know, in the Philippines, you have to divide it by 50. I realized I didn't have that much. So I said, well, probably not that much. And you know what he told me? What that broke my heart? He said, well, probably you couldn't afford me. Am I hearing it correctly? Yeah, probably you couldn't afford me because I charge a lot of fees. I walked out of that office so depressed. And so what happened is I walked into my bank, opened a bank account, and relied heavily on my banker. And what they did is they opened me a brokerage account, and that was 2007. And most of it were mutual funds, not understanding the consequences of what I did and what my banker did for me. Guess what happened when the market crashed in 2008? I lost 40% of my lifetime savings. And it took me 6 years just to break even because nobody taught me how to understand how money works and to help me understand my options. Now, let me ask you, how many people today are in debt? I mean, majority of the families are in debt, and who are helping them? And what options do we know? Bankruptcy, because nobody's teaching us how to get out of it. What about cash flow? Who's teaching us to live not within or beyond, but below our means so that we can have extra funds for emergency? Now, what about proper protection? Maybe your parents bought you a term insurance. You don't even understand how it operates. You don't even know where your policy is because nobody explained to you what it is. And a lot of people, sadly, most people think GoFundMe is their insurance policy. How would you like your picture to be displayed on Facebook when you pass away simply because you didn't do the right thing while you can? That is what we do. We walk you through the process so that we can protect not only your funds, but yourself being the provider for your family. What about building wealth? I met this nurse who worked for 40 years, saved up 700 grand. Because of lack of financial education, she put everything in her bank account, not earning anything. And when I checked her performance for 20 years, historically, it was earning 1.9%. And she wanted to retire, didn't know. She was so scared because her biggest fear was to outlive it and might run out of funds. So when I sat down with her, I was able to create her a personal pension plan that will pay a minimum of 40 grand a year for the rest of her life because now she understands her options. How many baby boomers need that kind of help? I'm telling you, 10,000 baby boomers are retiring every day who are lost, who are scared because they might run out of funds because nobody's teaching them. But we are here to help you. What about estate preservation? Did you know that a lot, millions and millions of dollars are stuck in the probate court? simply because our forefathers didn't update that outdated will that is now, when they pass away, it's not properly documented because nobody told them that they need to update it and they need to have what you call estate planning. And that's what hurt a lot of families today. Next slide, please. So let me ask you, what is the actual situation of most households today? Most families are living with too much debt and not enough savings. And they don't know what to do. And what is the result of this? Well, lack of peace of mind, stressful life. So let me ask you, if you were to walk in a field full of landmines, would you rather walk by yourself or walk with somebody who has been there, who could save your life? Now, that is what we do. We walk through the landmines for you, protect you from all these landmines of life in this challenging time so that you can survive. So let us help you. Allow us to do a diagnosis of your financial health so that we can show you options that will build you a solid financial foundation. And by the way, we don't charge a dime. We do that for free. So with that, let me turn you over to our host so that he can share a little bit of his story why he decided to do this business for his family. Take it away, Mr. Cousins.
Hello again. Thank you, Ernie. That was great. Before I introduce our next speaker, a few words from me. Since picking up the reins again upon retirement from my final period of regular employment in 2020, I've been in the process of diversifying the scope of my former corporation, CC2BL Inc. So, less virtual construction and more other areas of interest. The most radical result of that strategy was the decision to seize the opportunity to adopt philanthropy as part of an overall marketing strategy. It made sense to align that giving with my core values and the concept of doing good and making money. Therefore, I am pleased to announce that I will be supporting 4 nonprofit organizations with 50% of net corporate profits divided equally 4 ways. One will be aligned with the corporation's new agency model, i.e. education focused. The second, a cause I'm personally passionate about, animal shelters. Another will be a religious organization I'm affiliated with. And the fourth will be, get this, at the discretion of my customers and clients. This was not a simple, easy pivot for the company. The industry is highly regulated. I had to undertake 60 hours of study and pass a state exam to become a licensed producer. My mentor, and by now good friend Ernie, has been field training me as an agent. And I would like to thank those of you who supported me by volunteering to take the role of client across the virtual kitchen table as Ernie went through his presentation training me. Very soon, it will be time for me to do this on my own and even train others who join me in this crusade to help previously disadvantaged North American families, including those for whom retirement is approaching faster than they care to think about. At my age, I'm well qualified and experienced in the mystery our government likes to call Medicare. Now that I have become licensed as a life and health producer in the state of Florida, it is time to officially launch the new independent agency business, which is why you're here today with me. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate your vote of confidence. And now it is time to introduce another seasoned WFG veteran with a solid financial background in banking, my good friend Audrey Madlang-Bayan, who will discuss why this business is unique in the industry, is right for my company, and could be just what you've been looking for. Audrey?
Thank you so much, Raymond. Give him a round of applause for his grand opening. What a celebration. Outstanding. Thank you again. Well, good evening, everyone. I hope everyone's having a great afternoon. Thank you for joining us as we're attending the virtual grand opening for Raymond Cousins. You know, someone who has had so much experience in the construction as a CEO for many, many years. He has such a passion for helping people and also for helping others. And so, as you can tell with his profits, he wants to donate a certain percentage to give back to the community. And I can tell you that is the meaning of life. And it's truly, truly, truly fulfillment. So as we're moving forward in the final phase of our grand opening, you have heard already from Ernie, our first speaker, of how we help families and what our crusade is, and no family left behind. And you know that Raymond is now licensed in the state of Florida, and he has his family to back him up. And even his daughter is going to be a part of his agency. So what we're doing here is we're actually marketing him tonight to expand his agency across the United States. And what we're doing is we're looking for associates that would like to fulfill their dreams, helping families do the same. And by that, I mean looking at how you can also be licensed in your state, in your jurisdiction, and how you can help families and be a leader and build your own agency. So I'd like to share with you this slide called the Cash Flow Quadrant. And you know, Robert Kiyosaki, he wrote a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and he had two father figures in his life. And he talked about the mindset of how we look at cash. And so we have on the left side, the employee quadrant, where we were taught to go to school, get a good job, finish your college degree, stay there for 40 years, get a 401k, make 40,000. And here's where you exchange your time for your money. Well, what we're doing is we're breaking that mold. The COVID in the last 12 months has triggered us to realize that we need to have a 1099 or a side business or an agency that produces passive income. So what we're doing is we're looking to bring on independent contractors that are licensed in their state as self-employed, where through this mentorship program and development program under the Cousins Agency, we're able to train up future associates so they can help those families get paid. At the same time, the Cousins Agency is looking to become a business owner where they become the full broker of their agency, where they're able to have agents all across the United States. And lastly, as being an investor, you're looking at your money working for you through the knowledge that you find here in the financial education that you receive. You're figuring out how you can make money work for you through your passive income agency. So let me just quickly go over how our agents get paid. And if you know of anyone, that would be something we'd like to ask. Maybe perhaps it be you, maybe it's so, you know, you're looking to make some extra income. Maybe you know someone that's very entrepreneurial that's looking to make some income on the side. So let me share the way we get paid. There are 4 ways we get paid here. And if you sat down with a family as an individual associate with their license, an average family would put away $250 a month towards life insurance and a retirement plan and a children's education. That's for Jack 100, Jill 100, Emma at 50. And with our specific contract levels of starting off with, that family would bring in a commission of $900, which is approximately 3 hours to do. And that equates to about $300 an hour. What's wonderful about this is that you can do it part-time. That's the second way we get paid. And if you want to be part of our referral program, then you can do so, and we split the commissions in half. So you can see here, based on our contract levels, how someone as an associate, someone that goes through our internship, becomes an associate, starts developing their own agency with our help as we expand across the United States, can really increase their contract level and can really leverage the system. You know, we get paid here, you know, every Tuesday and every Friday. So if you imagine what your cash flow would look like if you got paid every Tuesday and every Friday, this can definitely complement the way that you can handle your cash flow and your savings and your retirement. We also have residual income, where every year for an average of 10 years owning your portfolio, helping those clients succeed financially, you're getting that residual income. So ladies and gentlemen, what I'm saying is the Cousins family is open for business. And he is looking for people that are looking for us. And of course, as you get licensed, we'd have to do a background check. We want to make sure that, we don't have any misdemeanors or felonies. So we definitely work with the Department of Justice there. We make sure that you're properly trained through our continuing education courses and state regulations. But here's some next steps on how you can maybe perhaps if you're interested and you want to know more, here's some next steps on finding out more information. And later on, I'm going to put on a survey here in the screen where you can choose what you're interested in. So next steps would be option 1. You are satisfied with your career and how much money you make, and you'd like to be considered to become a client. You'd like to have a complimentary financial strategy done. You understand what Ernie and Raymond are doing with the crusade of No Family Left Behind and getting a free complimentary financial review. How many of us have ever done that before? So this is what Raymond is offering. So that is option 1. Option 2 is maybe you want to get into the business and you love what we're doing for families and you'd like to be a center of influence and on a referral basis, take part of our revenue sharing plan. What would you like? You'd like to earn maybe an extra income just by referring people. We would do the work and you'd receive 50% share of revenue. Not bad. Number 3, option 3, maybe you're interested in doing this part-time as a twin career where you can commit 10 to 15 hours per week to start that business. Now with Zoom era, everything is possible and we're reaching across the states to help many people that want to do the same. Or option 4, you want to use our system, build a full-time business, be a true business owner, build your business as big as your commitment and your vision. They say that, as an employee, you're only paid what they tell you you're worth from your employer. As an entrepreneur, we tell ourselves we get paid what we're worth and what we deserve. And if you're that person, we're looking for you. We're looking for people that are looking for us, that want to take advantage of the variety of our benefits and incentives. I can tell you, being in the business now with my husband for the last 8 years, we've developed our financial family strategy. We've been able to fulfill our family's dreams and we're on our way and even just getting started. We're looking at the next 10, 15 years where there are 10,000 baby boomers retiring every day. We don't have enough associates that are licensed in our state. In Florida alone, the passing score at minimum is at 70%. So you could get a C in most states to pick up a license, learn the financial education, understand that this is what everyone needs, no matter what your income, your background, your demographics, and be able to fulfill your family's dreams. And as I close it out today, as you're going to see that there is a survey coming in, maybe I'd ask you to just choose what you'd be interested in, option 1, 2, 3, or 4. I'm just going to quickly recap what we talked about. You understand here, when we look at this company, we look at the credibility of this company. Aegon, publicly traded. Transamerica, over 100 years old. World Financial Group, the insurance agency aligned as a Transamerica company. Credible and publicly traded on 6 different stock exchanges. The Crusade, what we do for families. No family left behind. Number 3, charities, as Raymond said, giving a percentage of his earnings back to the community. What business would allow you to do that? That is so fulfilling, and you get to do that to fulfill your dream, in this business. Number 4, competition. We're not competing against one another. We're competing with our better self. We have the leadership development program that pushes us to a higher level to realize that we're able to do more than we've ever done before and to stretch ourselves. Number 5, getting our cash flow, getting paid 8 times a month, twice a week, every Tuesday and every Friday, our cash flow growing and us being able to save more. What would that look like for you? Number 6, recognition. We have a ton of recognitions. We're all about encouraging, praising, and recognizing our associates in a positive environment with trips like Cabo San Lucas or Hawaii, dinners. We're here to recognize are entrepreneurs as they're switching over from being an employee to an entrepreneur. We understand that it's a transition, and we're here to be your biggest cheerleaders along the way. And last but not least, as I close it out, the seventh reason why you want to take a look at this is called significance. Significance. What is our purpose in life? What were we born to do? And I'm proud to say, as Raymond's virtual grand opening tonight, he has his family and his friends here to support him. You may be interested in knowing more about what he does, but he has a true purpose to help those in need. So I want to thank everyone for coming tonight. I want to congratulate Raymond for his efforts and his ongoing efforts as he is now open for business. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great night. Well, if you have any questions, get back together with Raymond and we'll talk to you soon. Have a great night, everyone.